stream. Don't cross the beams. Okay. Here we go, boys. Second to the last show. Almost in the pocket. How about an intro?
What a year, huh?
How about a fucking intro?
It's in the game.
Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome one, welcome all to Long Shot Sportscast, Longview, Washington's #1 sports-related podcast. 39 episodes running. It's me, your boy, Mike Holm, which you can't see my name because I'm wearing a white shirt. With me, as always, is Brady Rucola.
What it do?
And Skylar Lovingfoss.
How's it going?
And man, you cannot beat the SNES for killer sports soundtracks. You could try. You could fucking try. You can't do it. I've been doing the Madden 93 theme in the last couple weeks, and then of course I've talked about this on the show. Bulls versus Blazers in the NBA playoffs has just a killer theme. I used to put this, even though NBA Jam is the better game, I would throw this in, get pumped from the music, and then take it out and play the better basketball game, which is NBA Jam. So, we got a big show. We got a good one. We've got 3 big swinging dick predictions. Way too early for the 2021 NFL season. Not only that, we've got the NFL Week 14 predictions. We got some breakers. We got some busts. We're going to speculate a little bit about Mr. James Harden, who does not like where he's at right now, and who can blame him? I guess everybody, because he kind of made it like this.
Prima donna.
Yeah. So, we got a lot to get into, boys. We're also going to check out some of the general news. But before we get into that, gentlemen, how you doing?
Doing great, man. Can't complain.
Got a week left of work for the year.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 weeks till Christmas. As of today, obviously Christmas, I don't think I've made the announcement on the show. I've just kind of talked about it amongst us. Christmas falls on a Friday. We will not be doing a show on Christmas Day. And then after that, I believe it's New Year's Day. We will try to see if we can squeeze one in, depending on,
Yeah, we'll
how
see.
low did y'all get on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
But that being said, next week, December 18th, is going to be the last show of the year for us. And that's going to be a jam-packed one. That one, we are going to predict the full playoff seeding for the NBA. We're going to do East and West, 1 through 8. I'm going to probably seed the whole conference because I like good boy points. And I need a few extra right at this time of the year. This is where I backlog. I kind of backload my catalog so Santa sees what's up. And yeah, gonna do a little gift exchange next week. It's gonna be killer. Finally getting my house in order. You guys don't know because the office has stayed relatively the same, those of you watching at home, but my house has gone from being a hellhole to being less of a hellhole. And by next week it probably won't be a hellhole anymore. So that's why you move your girlfriend in sometimes, because they all do it. They all do it. Eventually, they will clean your house.
Yeah, for a while.
You know how many of my friends that have their girlfriend or wife or fiance or whatever that live with them, how many times I go over to their house and I see how effing nice their house looks, and I'm like, oh, this wasn't you. This was her.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Jorge.
Yeah, me and my girl go back and forth. It's either I'm the one cleaning, or it's her. It's never both at the same time.
Decorates a mean house, okay?
I got to give all decorating credit to my lady.
To Sam,
Yeah.
I see, and Ken is doing the same thing at my house.
If it
it's
was
lovely.
If it wasn't for her, my house wouldn't look festive at all.
Mine either.
Mine's
I'd-
festive
I'd
right
probably
now.
still have my TV sitting on my speakers.
Actually, I take that back. Skylar has actually been putting up Christmas lights. My brother Skylar, and he's been putting up Christmas decorations. And then he got those skewers that you put in there with the snowflakes on them that light up. And then Bosa, not knowing what he was doing, ran outside and he like broke 2 of them. So I got to go buy more.
Sounds
of those.
like my kids.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
You put up the Christmas tree and the ornaments and all that. Now they won't stop taking them down.
Oh, that's good. That's fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like, what's the point?
Brady.
We're going and getting a tree tomorrow. So
That's good.
yeah, dude, he's a big guy.
Little DK Metcalf meme.
It helps that your other receivers are like small too.
They're tiny.
So
always-
like Lockett's such a petite guy, and then Metcalf is already larger than the average human, and he's just like. Anyhow, yeah. How did he fall to the very last pick of the second round?
You know, he's
can't-
making
hey,
everybody pay for it.
He can't run a route. That's what they said. He can't
I
run a
don't know
route.
what they were watching, but
Actually, I'm curious right now. Let's look at the receivers that were taken before DK Metcalf. I know that
Should be funny.
It took a while for a receiver to go in that draft.
Yeah.
I think the only one that went in the first round was Hollywood. He's decent, but he's not DK.
yeah.
N'Keal Harry, I think, is a borderline bust. I don't
Either
think
that or he's just not being utilized as best
Yeah.
as he can, which
No,
I think is actually
I mean, he had a year with Brady too. Like
it's true.
I just don't think he's that great.
But you know, New England. I mean,
Then you got Debo, who's playing some of his best football right now, despite not having a quarterback really.
but yeah, like you said, no DK Metcalf.
Last year he was
He's had
great.
injuries.
I mean,
yeah, Debo,
when he came on
Debo
last
broke
year,
out, but he again not DK. Then you got AJ Brown, who
He's
is
doing okay.
He's
doing okay.
quietly the best receiver on that team, but again,
Yeah.
you know, Mecole Hardman, he's a number 2, number 3 right now, but
He's kind of shadowed by.
I see him more returning kicks than I do.
He's more shadowed by Hill.
He's a great kick returner, Pro Bowler, and he'll get there. He's gonna be how DK Metcalf has not made a Pro Bowl yet. That tells me Mecole's only made it based on his returning skills, probably. And then of course Arcega Whiteside bust for Philly.
Yeah.
Andy Isabella, or I'm sorry, Paris Campbell, big injuries in the Colts. Andy Isabella for the Cardinals. He catches touchdowns, but he
hasn't been doing nothing really.
he's not a big yardage guy. And then 2 picks later, DK Metcalf. So
arguably, I mean, DK I think would have
Again,
been,
we just
Now-
get an absolute gem in the.
it's worth noting
Draft.
the receivers taken after him, Deontay Johnson, who's actually carved out a nice little role in Pittsburgh. I believe he's the number 2 or 3, depending on how Chase Claypool plays.
Claypool's like the 3 or 4, so
Yeah,
I would say
Deontay
Deontay Johnson's like the 2.
I feel like he catches more touchdowns as of late.
He does.
As
of late, for sure.
Jalen Hurd, who has hardly seen the field, he's been big injured.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin, love probably
Yeah,
the
he's a stud. I mean,
in my opinion, easily the second best receiver in this draft behind DK.
Yep.
My favorite non-Charger. I love the guy.
Yeah.
He's giving my dad's team my second favorite team, my unofficial team. While I boycott mine till Anthony Lynn gets fired, he's giving them hope. And then after that, it's a bunch of guys not worth talking about.
toss up.
Yeah. So let's go to the news. NFL. 35 years ago today, the Chicago Bears released their dance music video for the Super Bowl Shuffle. This would have been. We'll look at it for a little bit. This is 1985.
Yeah, here we go, guys. A little nostalgia.
I can't help but feel like I feel like Daft Punk sampled some of the back of this.
We're so bad, we know we're good. Blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just
got to be super cool for everybody. This is 1985. This was the Bears. It's 15-1, had one of the greatest defenses of all time.
Well, they
and
call me
killed the
Sweetness,
Patriots
and
in
I
the
like
Super
to
Bowl.
dance. Running the ball is like Mickey Mouse dance. We had to go
Great,
to
though.
training
It's
camp
memorable.
to
You got
give
guys like
Chicago
Walter
a
Payton
Super
out there,
Bowl
Steve
champ.
Mongo,
And we're not
McMichael,
doing
Mike
this because we're
Singletary,
greedy. The Bears are
William,
doing it
Refrigerator
to feed the
Perry.
needy.
No,
We
it's
didn't
great.
come
It's
here
great. It's
to
just
look
funny,
for
like,
trouble.
and then-
We just come here to do the Super Bowl
Could you
shot.
imagine, like,
Speedy
nowadays they would
and
probably
I'm
do
world
something
class.
like way
I
different.
like running, but I love to get the pass.
Yeah.
Practice all day and dance all night. I gotta get ready for the Sunday fight. Now I'm as smooth as a chocolate swirl. I dance a little funky, so watch me, girl. There's no one here that does it like me. My Super Bowl shuffle will set you free.
Coming, and then they did like a Philly rap in like the 91 or 90.
I'm Samurai Mike, I stop 'em cold.
I love
Part of the
shit like that,
defense,
man.
big and
It
bold. I've
cracks
been
me
jamming for quite a while, doing what's
Everyone
right
did
and
the
setting the
Chargers.
style.
When I heard
Give
they
me
had
a
a fight
chance,
song,
I'll
I was
rock
like,
you
oh,
good.
this is great.
Nobody
Super
messing in my
And it's
neighborhood.
full on. It
I
may as well
didn't
be
come
kids,
here
though.
looking for
It's
trouble.
hilarious.
I just came to do the Super Bowl show.
Did the Seahawks have any fun fight songs?
Not to my memory.
See,
Maybe.
this is something where I don't mind the campiness of it as it
It's
ages.
supposed to be that way, but
because it's fun, you know.
and it's supposed to be that way. It's just kind of, yeah.
Colts owner Jim Irsay on an Andrew Luck return. I think that door is closed.
Heard about that, and I just kind of chuckled, like, okay, what? Why?
Trent Williams, no grudges for the Washington football team. People I had issues with are gone.
Oh,
Right on. Cam Newton has 5 touchdown passes in 2020. In 2015, he threw 5 touchdown passes in a single game 3 different times.
yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, what we're seeing here with Cam is it's not good.
So Des Bryant, he tested positive for COVID earlier in the week, said he was quitting the football, and then he's tested negative twice in a row, and he just said today he tested negative again. I don't know what this saga is all about. But,
Yeah, I mean the
it's
quote he
it's-
said, it wasn't necessarily I'm done with football,
He's
but
done for the season. He's like, I can't do
he
this.
said I can't do this anymore. I think I'm just done.
he's
That's what
done.
he
He's
said.
not just done for the season. I think he's done for good.
No, it wouldn't be just for the
Why
season.
do we care if he tests negative? though?
I don't
He'll
think
be
he
back.
actually meant it. I think he was just kind of defeated. Like,
Yeah.
I can't deal with this stuff.
He
like,
wanted to. He had that game circled on the calendar.
Yeah,
Against the Cowboys.
yeah, and it just kind of
Marino.
Aaron Rodgers has the latest quarterback to join the 400 TD club.
yeah, he got that pass to
Touchdown.
Devontae Adams.
He, of course, joins.
A delayed signal.
We're watching the highlights of when all the others threw their 400. He joins
McGuffey.
Dan Marino.
And Devontae Adams got his 200.
That
200.
is touchdown pass
Yeah,
number
yeah.
400
That's incredible.
for number 13,
speaking of
Dan
catches, I want to
Marino.
point out,
Brandon, he whipped that thing in
he's
there,
9
too.
catches away from having the most in his first 100 games. Of course, Brett Favre here, also in the 400 touchdown club. I believe that's James Jones. Oh, no, that's James. I miss James Jones.
400 career touchdown pass. He becomes only the second man in NFL history.
Second and inches, Matthew Willis comes in
This is Peyton
in
Manning.
the other wideout spot, and that is caught by Thomas. Thomas gets
Thomas.
blocking
Boy, remember him.
inside the 40, the 30, the 10 now. Touchdown Denver. 400 career touchdowns for Manning, and this one a beauty.
It's like Eric Decker. Remember when he went to the
Second go at the 1. Brady caught. Touchdown Amendola. That's touchdown pass number 400. He's in elite company. Tom Brady. Someday he will be in Canton. Right now he's in the end zone for a 400th time through the air.
Seldom used linebacker, 56 is in the game. And that is caught on the run. And out in front is C.J. Spiller. And Spiller's going to go all the way to end the game. An 80-yard touchdown pass. Damian Wilson was covering on the play. And what a way for Drew Brees to come up with touchdown pass number 400.
Taylor in. Fake to Taylor. Into the end zone. Number 400. Mo Alley Cox is caught. The 400th touchdown pass of Phillip Rivers. And the Colts take a lead.
He's going to be this year. Yeah, he's got
Adams. 1-on-1 Slays there. And he reaches across. It's a touchdown.
They do.
Now
They
watch.
got a solid
To
squad
you.
there.
They got a solid squad.
The defense for sure.
But you got a bunch of. It's not a case where you got like the world-beating stars all aligning.
It's kind of like that Miami Heat team.
Right, they're very. Thank you.
You know?
Yes, or kind of like the Nuggets a couple years ago before Jokic became. His star really rose. It's like you're not building a fucking super team like the Buccaneers are blatantly doing. It's a bunch of. You have such a thick concentration of role players,
and we've seen the struggles with the Bucks too. There's just too much to do with the not really set assignments for each of those guys.
Yeah.
Whereas the Colts, you have so much talent there, but it's not like
so much young guys.
Everybody plays a role, like you're saying. Like everybody's got their thing. Like you got Hines, right? He's a good back, but he's also catching passes, good check down guy.
You
got Jonathan Taylor, where he's your guy who's gonna smash it.
And think about when he's healthy. Marlon Mack is also
Mack. When he was healthy, and
he's a dog.
They could have been doing a lot better with having him too.
Marlon Mack when he's healthy, he's one of the more underrated backs in the league.
Yeah.
And then so when you think about next year now, I mean, depending on whether or not Rivers is going to be there, Mack and Taylor, they could be a great tandem. And then you got Hines, who's kind of
1-2 punch.
He's kind of your gadget guy who can go catch passes out in the backfield. They've got a very complete running core when it's all said and done. Then you look at their receivers, man. T.Y. Hilton, he's
had the best year, but
he's getting older, but he's a good locker room presence for these younger guys.
Kind of like Fitzgerald on the Cardinals.
He is exactly that.
Yeah.
And then you get these younger guys that are on the come up right now. Guys like Mo Alley Cox at tight end. You got what's his name? Pittman Jr.
Yeah, Pittman Jr. He's starting to break
like
out.
a stud.
Yeah.
You might get something more out of Paris Campbell if he can come back healthy next year. If he's still got it, Bear Pascal's been a decent.
Right, and like we said, they're not like these big name, like big superstar, but they play their roles and they play them well, and they get the job done.
Like I know them all because I'm a fucking stat nerd, but it's like. And then you look at that defense outside of like Darius Leonard and I remember Rock Ya-Sin getting drafted and Xavier Rhodes from free agency. I can't name a ton of their defensive guys, but it's all Justin Houston's on there. Obviously, they got him from the Chiefs. It's a solid solid concentration of vets and just young, hungry role players. Yeah, that know where they're at. And they give 110%. I'm eager to see what they can do. I hope they make the playoffs. They look like they're in a prime position to do so. And they could easily topple the Raiders this week. I mean, the Raiders are a team that they either overachieve or they underachieve sorely. So we'll see what happens. Keep moving on here. Aaron Donald. I believe that he's had his lowest defensive rating this year so far. And yet he still leads the league in defensive rating.
Yeah, he's getting triple team too almost every
he's
game.
Amazing.
And
he's making the rest of that line look fucking ridiculous.
He had a sack and a half last night to take the lead for sacks in the NFL.
He's at 12
this
on the
season.
season, right?
Yeah.
He's
incredible. Best player in the league, bar none. He continues to show it every day.
Yes.
So let's see.
Quarterbacks fear him.
James Robinson, undrafted rookie with the Jaguars. Of course, Leonard Fournette's replacement. He gains positive yards after contact on 94% of his carries, most among all running backs.
See, I think who's right? I think Ronald Jones is right behind him.
I think you're right. Josh Kelly, he gains positive yards after contact on 6% of his carries, which is the least. No,
yeah, it shows.
Yeah, how many times do I have to see
a
delayed handoff to Josh Kelly where he does a little stutter step and then gets tackled for like a 2-yard loss?
Just stops his feet. Man.
How many fucking times do I have to watch that?
The biggest thing with the running back, you always keep those feet moving, man.
Well, I don't have to watch it anymore because I'm boycotting my fucking team. That's right. For the rest of the season, until Anthony Lynn gets fired, I'm a Washington football team fan. I got no shame in it.
Let's go.
I'm not. In fact, take that Chargers hat, and you want to hand me this Chargers hat here?
Oh, yeah. Let's see this thing.
Yeah. Here. Let me.
There we go.
Yeah.
Don't even want to look at it.
Yeah, till Anthony Lynn is gone.
Sit in the corner and think about what you did.
Till Anthony Lynn is gone, I'm not fucking dealing with it. He's a trash coach.
Yeah.
And I'm
They're
angry.
just gonna keep him one more year.
I'm angry, dude. But I won't be angry for very long. We'll talk about that shortly. Bill Belichick says Cam Newton will remain the starting quarterback.
Oh, yeah. You got asked by this reporter. So who's going to be your starting quarterback next week? Oh, yeah. Huh. That's a very good question. Great question. Cam's our quarterback.
Well, if it makes me wonder, is he trying to make them think that he's crazy so that way he gets let go?
I think you're just pissed off about the dumbass questions
That's
that
the
they asked.
thing. They're not going to fire Belichick the same year he lost Tom Brady. They're going to give him a shot.
Here's the thing.
That's
They're not going to.
He's going to leave though.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not gonna.
He's not gonna
If he's
leave.
gonna leave, they're not gonna fire him. It's gonna be on his own terms. Nobody's firing the debatably the best NFL coach in history.
Oh, he'll leave. We'll get there. Though. We'll get there.
I don't think he'll get fired.
This week, the Patriots' 7th regular season loss, their most in 18 years. There's still 3 games left, and the Bills can officially snap New England's streak of 11 straight AFC East titles with a win on Sunday. It was a really, really good run in Foxborough.
Now, they're not out of the playoffs yet. So, I mean, talking about Bill getting fired, nah.
So, funny enough, Devontae Adams also caught Aaron Rodgers' 200th.
Yeah, that's what I said
career
earlier.
TD. Oh, I thought you meant Devontae's 200th catch.
No, I was saying his 200 TD.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's look at NBA news real quick, and then we'll jump into our predictions, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well,
Kevin Love disagrees with former teammate Kyrie Irving's stance on the media. Calling anybody a pawn is a sure sign of disrespect, Love said. I'm not a divisive person. If Kyrie Irving doesn't talk to media this year, I will not be angered at least, as long as he and the Nets are consistently and increasingly fined for his refusal to honor his contract. And that comes from Aldridge.
Well, I mean, I don't think you... I get it.
Kyrie
That's kind of
Irving's-
like that Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Kyrie Irving's statement toward getting fined. I do not talk to pawns. My intention is worth more.
Woke.
Woke as fuck, dude.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy Kyrie is. As we've all seen, he's a flat earther as well.
I don't care. You signed a contract.
That doesn't mean you have to talk to media.
He does.
Well,
It
I mean,
says it in your
I
contract.
guess, but like, I don't know. I get it, dude. You gotta think about these guys, man. They're normal people too.
But they're doing a job where you sign your if you signed a contract with Rightline that said you had to talk to media.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the curve part there.
Unless they don't care about getting fined, it's not like you're getting fired.
There's a classic clip here. Steph's dribbling, and then Kerr. I'm waiting for it.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
Which is just...
I was actually just watching today.
Puts on a show right
I was
here.
watching like some like half-court shots from Curry. There's like 6 or 7 of them.
And then they're all...
I remember this.
I have a problem with Festus Ezeli.
I know you guys hate the Warriors, but I fucking love
And
Steve
Kerr's
Kerr,
like,
dude.
okay, I guess I'm just gonna go sit down. No need to coach this guy.
Tim Duncan has a winning record against every team in the NBA. Wow, really? That's insane. Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, he does.
Who?
Tim Duncan.
He has what?
A winning record against every team in the NBA.
I bet he does with that tenure over there in
Fuck,
San
man.
Antonio.
Yeah, the team he beat the worst was Golden State. 56 wins, 10 losses. Yeah. Holy shit.
Mr. Fundamental.
Yeah, no kidding. What about the Lakers? 52 wins, 44 losses. OKC is where it's close. 23 wins, 22 losses.
How about Portland?
Portland,
Smacked us up.
47 wins, 24 losses.
Yeah. Smacked us up. Won over almost half of those games.
Crazy.
What about San Antonio? Does he have a winning record against them?
Oh, he never played.
He's never
against.
played
Exactly. So he doesn't have one on every.
Yeah. Mind blown.
I don't count it.
Tim Duncan's playoff record against every team he's played, sorted by win percentage. Cleveland 4 wins, 0 losses. Portland 8 wins, 1 loss. Denver 8-2. Golden State 4-2. Memphis 14-4. Phoenix 19-11. Dallas 20-16. Lakers 16-18. So his playoff record is a little different. And then OKC 8-10. So even then,
Yeah. those obviously were 2 tougher teams.
Yeah, but you got to think the Lakers at that point. That was Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
And
Hey, Memphis Grizzlies are waving forward Mario Hezonja. Multiple teams are expected to express interest after training camp ends.
I really doubt it.
Gary Trent.
Go for it, boys.
Rockets insist for now that they will not trade Harden. Sixers for now insist that they will not trade Ben Simmons, but sources say the familiarity between the front office can ultimately diffuse any lingering tension from Daryl Morey's departure from Houston to Philadelphia.
Do the old swap there with
the old lay switcheroo.
Yeah.
I mean, you already did it once. Why not?
Gary Trent going to free agency.
What?
He's not going to re-sign.
Well,
he's going to test the market.
He's a free agent.
Why would you say he's not going to resign? Where did you get that information?
Gary Trent Jr. says he intends to play the season out and become a restricted free agent rather than negotiate a contract extension.
The one I read was really like vague and weird.
In a sense, this is him betting on himself rather than trying to nail down the security of a multi-year deal. Good incentive for him to play well.
And that's how you know he's going to have a great season.
He had some great games in the bubble, cooled off big in the playoffs.
Hey, where else would you want to be with? You got Melo, a vet.
Yeah.
You got Dame, one of the best right now to mentor you.
I think that's a big.
Come on now.
A big part of him wanting to go to free agency too is this team is so full that how much playing time
he probably wants to be a star too, man. He probably wants to. He wants to get up to that next level for sure. And what? So bet on yourself. Play this season as a and see what happens after.
Just look at how you guys did as far as helping your roster out. Right now, your roster as it stands: Dame, Melo, Simmons, Gary Trent, C.J. McCollum, Rodney Hood, Little. We'll see what we got in him in year 2. Harry Giles, Cantor. You got him back.
Yep.
Ellaby, you drafted him this year. Rocco, Nurk, Collins, Derek Jones Jr. That is a way better roster than you had last year.
It's probably one of the best rosters we've had in so many years.
When's our first game?
The opening day.
Yeah.
No. It's like 3 days after opening day.
It's you guys play the Jazz on the 23rd, I think.
Yeah. No, I think it's the 24th, isn't it?
Are you sure?
I think so.
Let's find this out real quick. Let's see.
I want to say it's New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve?
Yes.
Is our first game?
I think
when
so.
The season starts the 22nd?
It's only 2 days after that.
It's not New Year's Eve, man.
Christmas Eve?
It's
Christmas Eve. Sorry.
Hey, the 23rd, you guys play the Trailblazers.
We play
I'm
ourselves.
sorry, you playing the Jazz.
Jeez, we're all fucked over here. Okay, so
my coffee's this 911.
That's all right. I'm over here saying New Year's Eve, like literally thinking of Christmas Eve.
Yeah, and you were still wrong.
Okay, that's kind of a bummer. I was kind of hoping it was the 22nd, our last night at work.
Right.
Yeah,
but we get to watch the Warriors.
Hey, we get the Warriors and the Nets, and we get the Clippers and the Lakers.
I actually want to watch the Warriors and Nets because I want to see the Nets.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. I care less about the Lakers game.
This is basketball at its highest form, okay? It's art, you monkeys. So, anyway.
Talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to both of you.
You talking to me?
Hey, you fucking talking to me? Hey, motherfucker.
I hope Golden State gets blown out.
Oh, they're going to get mollywopped by this freaking Brooklyn team.
If we win, I just saying, if we win.
Okay, you want to place a bet on it or something? You want to wager something here?
I almost do because, you know what? I love Klay Thompson, and we would be world beaters with him on the squad. But
I still don't know if he stand a chance for that next team, bro.
Ever since he fucking got out, like, people are immediately going, oh, Lakers aren't going to make the playoffs, or Warriors aren't making the playoffs.
That's like, not true.
There's so many people that are like, Warriors aren't even a playoff team anymore. They're maybe an 8th, and I'm just like,
I think when I initially heard it, the only thing I said is, and now all of a sudden the Warriors aren't that scary. Which
there's my screwdriver.
I'm not saying they're not scary, but they're not that scary anymore without Klay. No. Like Klay obviously puts them over the top, but that does not mean you guys aren't contenders because you are. I mean, come on.
I mean, dude, you
guys drafted really well. You guys have
this is the best big
a healthy Steph back.
This could be the best big we've had,
which complements Draymond. He thrives off of that, and
and we're talking about you think
about Wiseman. He's supposed to be the steal of the draft here.
Think about the title run. The best big we had during those years was Bogut. Bogut better than Zaza, obviously. But it got to a point when we signed Zaza, it was just a case where it was like
he's worse than Draymond.
It was literally like we can have anybody play the 5, it doesn't matter. Now we actually have a big, which we haven't had in a long ass time. because I don't count Boogie really because he barely played.
That guy plays like 2 games a season.
Right.
And he gets like a mil.
So it's like we've got Wiseman, and this could change our game a lot. And then I'm really looking forward to seeing that second round guy we got, Nico Mannion.
Yeah, I guess Steph's really high praises on him.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I want to see him too, a little ginger. I want to see him ball out, man.
Everybody's saying we got a steal there. And then we got the draft and stash kid. Is that your chair? We got the draft.
It was his ass for a second.
We got the draft and stash kid from Boise State who's.
Oh yeah, he looked like he was like 13.
Yeah, he's playing in Australia, the NBL. But apparently he's I guess just a sharpshooter, even though he looks like he's like a 13-year-old kid at the Y.
Yeah.
Justinian Jessup.
And what a name.
Do we want to do a friendly bet? Warriors Nets?
Yeah, I mean I'm thinking so. I'm trying to think of what the stakes could be. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it'd be like I'd have to wear
my Draymond Green
shirt.
Yes,
I'd have to wear the Draymond Green shirt, and you'd have to. What could I think of something?
I got a Blazers shirt somewhere.
Okay.
Because
that's not even that bad.
Because I support you guys when my team's out of it.
I'm trying to think of something that you hate. Like I'm gonna have to get something. I'm gonna get like a. I gotta get like a. Fuck, what can I get that's like a Denver Broncos? Like,
oh man, that would be rough.
I'm trying to think of something here. Something you can't stand. I'm trying to think of something
wear
like
a Cowboys jersey.
I don't
think he has a problem with the Cowboys that much.
The Cowboys don't bother me. The only teams that bother me in sports: Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos. And then in basketball, the Clippers. I fucking hate the Clippers.
Oh, Clippers.
Yeah. We need like a Blake Griffin. I don't have anything Blake Griffin.
I got no issue with Blake Griffin right now. Okay. I did when he was in the Clippers jersey.
Well, we need to get you a Clippers Blake Griffin jersey.
Yeah, that would bum me out.
Well,
I don't even think wearing a Draymond jersey is that big. You might say all this about Draymond, but he signed with Portland. You'd be like, yeah, Draymond.
No, actually, I wouldn't. That was like the same thing.
Shut the fuck up, you would too.
That was like the same thing when I was hearing about Westbrook maybe coming to Portland. I was like, no, I don't.
No,
I don't like him. Just like I don't like Draymond, man. I just don't like him. I don't know what else.
Or we can like read statements. We can read.
Yeah, how about
we can read okay. Loser has to read, and it's a funny letter that the other guy writes, and it's got to be sports related. So something along the lines of, "I'm Brady Rucola, and Steph Curry is God."
Yeah. Okay. I gotcha.
Draymond Green was perfectly in the right when he kicked Steven Adams in the dick. I wish Draymond Green would kick me in the dick. Like shit like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I wish Melvin Gordon was still a Charger, and we really fucked that up.
Yeah. So loser has to read a hilarious letter
custom
on the New Year's Day edition of the show.
Yes.
Shake.
Yes. All right. You see it here.
It's
official.
Yeah. All right.
That's by 20. So.
That's a bet right there.
You guys better get writing.
Okay. Here we go, boys. Let's talk about some predictions, shall we? We got some big swinging dick predictions going on right now. So it's the 2020 NFL season right now. However, the season is over for a few teams like mine. It's actually only over for 4 teams. My team and then the 3 teams that we beat. That's hilarious enough for me. But it's never too early to speculate, especially when you're speculating in bold, hilarious, big dick swinging ways that nobody else would predict. Because if any of these land even slightly, you have that over everybody. You can say, I predicted this week 14 of the fucking 2020 season.
And it's all right here. It's all right here to look back on.
That's right.
Date, timestamp,
That's
everything.
Right here. Big dick swinging predictions. And I'm going to go first. I'm going to go first with one that you guys have already heard me talk about time and time again. I brought this up on the show last week, but it is one of my big swinging dick predictions. I should have like a gunshot sound effect for these, but I don't. I'll do one of these. That's not loud enough.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Prediction number 1. Bill Belichick will be the coach of the Los Angeles Chargers next season.
Cap.
And I'm going to tell you why. There's no way Anthony Lynn keeps a job after this year. They respect him a lot in the organization. That is code, I hope. That is code for we like this guy too much to fire him mid-season, but we're going to give him his walking papers in January, which is what they need to do. Bill Belichick spoke glowingly of Justin Herbert. Because, yeah, Justin Herbert's probably the best quarterback of this draft. I think it's safe to say right now. I mean, Burrow got injured, and that's unfortunate, but you look at the stats head-to-head, you look at the teams that they played. I mean, Herbert was putting up some mad games against the likes of the Chiefs, the Buccaneers, even a good defense like the Bills. He threw for 300 yards. He hasn't had a bad game until the Patriots game, and I just think it's hilarious that they lose by a single score every week except for when they lost by 10 to the Bills. And then the week that Anthony Lynn says, well, fellas, better pack it in. I don't think playoffs are in the future for us. We lose 45-0. I just don't think that's any
hang
coincidence.
Them up. Go out there and play, but don't play too hard.
He spoke glowingly of Herbert. He said he's amazing. His IQ is amazing for his age. And he said that he has, quote, no weaknesses. But Belichick has a weakness. Belichick's weakness is that he can't draft at the wide receiver position for
We were just discussing this, yeah.
Can't do it. You can go back and look at the last 10 years worth of guys that he's drafted. Names come to mind if you're a nerd like me, like Taylor Price, Aaron Dobson, Malcolm Mitchell, who should have been good, but his knees gave out on him, among others. N'Keal Harry, who's this close to being a fucking another casualty. Braxton Berrios, who already plays for a different team. All of his best wide receiver acquisitions, and outside of Moss, they really haven't been world beaters.
Moss?
They've all come from trades or free agency.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Moss and then Welker, who he plucked out of the Dolphins practice squad.
Right.
Those two, but everybody else that he's got, like Amendola wasn't lighting the world on fire.
Fuck no.
Rashae Caldwell didn't light the world on fire. Dante Stallworth, the list goes on there. And Troy Brown, he was there years before he even got there.
Yeah, so that wasn't a product of him at all.
So Bill Belichick's weakness is wide receivers. Well, what do the Chargers have? Well, the Chargers have Keenan Allen, the most underrated receiver in the game right now. They have Mike Williams, low-key, probably
he's a stud.
The best, if not a top 3 50-50 receiver in the game right now. Hunter Henry, underutilized, thus underrated tight end. And then a quarterback who can make guys like Jalen Guyton, Donald Parham, who only catches touchdowns, Tyron Johnson.
Guyton only catches touchdowns, too.
Virgil Green, make these guys look better than they are based on his IQ and his vision and throwing them darts. Austin Eckler, who is essentially a Danny Woodhead, James White type. Both those guys played for the Patriots. It makes all the sense in the world. And then you look at the staples they have on defense. I think Melvin Ingram's going to go, but you've got Derwin James coming back to the secondary next year. You got Joey Bosa on there, Linval Joseph, Kenneth Murray, who had his breakout game against the Patriots, 14 tackles and a sack.
Yeah, I mean, if what you're saying is true, Bill Belichick he's looking at his dream offense. He's looking at his dream
He
team.
has an offense that maybe aside from a couple linemen he needs to draft, which he's very good at doing. He's had the likes. I mean, when I can name O linemen from other teams, you know they're good. In the past, he's had guys like Logan Mankins, Sebastian Vollmer, Matt Light. He's had great Joe Thuney, who I think still plays for them. Nate Solder. He can draft the position very well because remember, he's the GM of that squad. All he's got to do is draft a couple linemen to come in and plug some holes because we're probably gonna let Sam Tevy go. I'm fucking so sad.
Yeah, you see, Lynn and Company did all the dirty work. I mean, all he's got to do is just find a couple more pieces to that puzzle, and it's
just needs to draft some linemen, instill some discipline on the defense. That squad is closer to getting to a deep playoff run than his current team is.
Yeah.
It's all coaching and it's lack of discipline, especially on the special teams. So that's my bold, big swinging dick prediction. Belichick to the Chargers next season. Book it.
I mean, yeah, I like it. I like it. It could happen.
It'll be fun to watch him wear a sun hat and fucking flip flops, right? Instead of his.
He'll just cut the sleeves off his.
I want to see him.
hoodie.
I want to see him cut the sleeves off of his Hawaiian shirt and wear like a sun hat, like a big sun hat.
My prediction's a little bit different. I'm not saying that down the road, a couple years, he doesn't go to the Chargers. I think the Chargers hold on to their coach one more year.
That's your prediction?
No.
Okay.
But so
I was about to punch him.
Daring today.
Daring today, aren't we?
Bill Belichick is going to do whatever possible to get Trevor Lawrence up to New England.
Okay.
And make a playoff run.
This is funny because I've got a similar one later in our segment.
I think he tries to build in New England one last time before he says, okay, I need to change this.
Because I was kind of talking to Mike. I was like, I kind of like that scenario you're conjuring up there. But also I think, well, if I know Belichick, I think he hates losing the most out of anything. So I think, if anything, he wants to prove, with no Tom Brady, that it wasn't just the Brady experiment over there. It was Bill. It was him.
Building that team.
Yes, not Tom Brady. It's not one player.
If you just go straight to the Chargers, you're not really building the team. You're putting a couple pieces in.
And it could be that too, like him actually building it from the ground up, and maybe that's kind of
they are a good team.
I'm saying it could be a pride thing with Bill, and so who says he just jumped ship because that's the easier route to get to a Super Bowl,
right?
Or does he want to prove that I can do this damn thing again?
Yeah.
Don't count me out. So I can see both sides of it. I'm really eager to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I like that. Although I will say this was part of my tinfoil hat scenario a few weeks ago. Is that I assumed he was just going to tank.
Well, right.
I assumed that he was going to lose to the Jets twice.
He's too proud.
He's always keeping us thinking, huh?
And do that. But I mean, yeah. So I do like it. Brady, your first.
So my
swinging dick prediction.
Yeah, my swinging dick prediction, as Mike would say. I believe that Atlanta team is kind of gonna dismantle after this year. You got Dan Quinn, got the boot. So I think the next guy to go is I think they start over with a different quarterback, and I think Matt Ryan. I think he fills in somewhere else where they could really use a quarterback because they're struggling, and that's the Niners, man.
Okay,
Jimmy G. I think
100% agree.
I think everybody sees the writing on the wall there. He's really nothing special over there. He's not, and it's been proven. They got Mullins in there now, which he's doing actually okay, maybe just as good as Jimmy would be doing. And I don't think that's the quarterback they're looking for to go forward in the future.
No.
Shanahan's got a good fucking team there. All he needs is a leader at quarterback, and I think Matt Ryan would be the perfect guy.
Well, it's like I've said, they're moving ahead in spite of their quarterback situation, not because of it.
Not because of it, right? And I think Matt Ryan would actually fit very well there. I mean, when you got weapons for days surrounded,
they're all young.
They're all young.
They're all on rookie contracts.
And then you got a vet like Matt Ryan, a gunslinger. I mean, we've seen this guy go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Damn near almost won it. If it wasn't for that damn Tom Brady,
he'd be reunited with Tevin Coleman.
That too.
Or the soft ass defense that let him come back.
And that defense, and that's got to hurt when when you're putting up all these points, making these big plays just for your defense to fuck it for you. But and the Niners have the opposite. They have a actually very solid, great defense
and that can really open the field for Matt Ryan too. With that running game,
he's a great quarterback. He's just he's not really getting any help over there in Atlanta, and I think they're gonna start doing. They have to. I mean, it's time. They can't stick around. They got to start rebuilding over there and. Yeah, I think Matt Ryan to the Niners, you could very much see that next season.
I completely agree with Brady.
I think Jimmy G, he either goes as a backup somewhere, or I don't know who else would really want the guy.
I've never really been on the Jimmy G train.
And Jimmy G, he's
I
starting
didn't
to
get it either.
No, I mean he did well. Replace when Tom Brady was out for a little bit in New England, but that was New England, right?
Okay, I can't say I didn't get it though. Actually, let me rephrase that. I wasn't sold on him. But think about the past Brady backups that have gotten jobs elsewhere. Think about it for a minute. Not just Jimmy Garoppolo, Brian Hoyer, who was an undrafted in 2009. He goes on and starts in Cleveland and I believe Houston for a minute there too. Who else? Matt Castle, who the year Brady went down goes 10-6 on a team with Randy Moss and gets a 2-year starting gig with the Chiefs. And Todd Haley is the head coach. Ryan Mallett, who gets picked up by the Texans and then he gets fired because he was late to a team flight. Then you never heard from him again. So it's and then Jacoby Brissett getting picked up by the Colts when Andrew Luck went down. So
and this is what I'm saying. It was because of it wasn't, and this is why people might be saying things about Belichick. It was the system over there, and that's what made it work. That's what made him shine, make him look good.
It's almost like the coaching thing. He gets his coaches poached and they fail. Now he's getting his quarterbacks poached and
then Jimmy G going to the Niners. You can kind of say the same thing over there because they had it. They had the whole team built around defense, offense.
Yeah,
and you got he's not a great quarterback. He's just an average. He's a good average quarterback, but he's not going to take you to that next level. He's not going to make the difference in games.
He throws an ugly ball.
And it's really look, last year, remember they were undefeated until they played us, right?
Get on the mic.
I was so heated, I was just looking straight. They were undefeated until they played us. And once we got pressure on Jimmy G, what was he? He hadn't been pressured all year.
Well, he throws a very erratic ball.
Yes.
And here's the thing. I will say, if they had a quarterback that was even slightly better, they could have probably handed the Chiefs the loss in the Super Bowl. I mean, there's...
I know.
I almost want to do... You remember what we did... do you remember what we did a few weeks ago where it was like, would you take this quarterback or Jared Goff or whatever, right? Well, who was it? Was it Goff or Wentz?
It was Goff. It was Goff.
I almost want to do that with Garoppolo.
Yeah, because really, though, like, he's not... He's got that name like he's a star great quarterback because of that team. It's not him.
He's got a great name, too.
It's not him. And, I mean, that is a pretty swaggy name, but,
he's
like,
not very good, though.
Like I'm saying, like, Shanahan's got to be thinking, like, come on, like, we're just missing this one thing.
And you know what? I think a thing that you're forgetting to mention about your point for Matt Ryan is Kyle Shanahan got that 49ers head coaching gig after being the Falcons' coordinator when they went to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So there is a connection.
Knows what's going on with that.
There's a connection there, very similar to Phillip Rivers with the Colts. Their head coach is Frank Reich, who was the Chargers OC for a few seasons there in the mid-aughts, mid-tens. Not a bad prediction. Here's my second one. Dak Prescott.
Okay, I got one too for him.
Will get paid by the Niners, or, because I just kind of drummed this up out of thin air, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's what I got. That's exactly my second one.
So here's the thing. The Jaguars, they have a lot of holes in that boat. And if you look at that roster, Gardner Minshew, he's begging for playing time. He's not getting it. They've played Jake Luton out there. They've had Mike Glennon out there,
who is now deemed the starter.
I think it's safe to say, though, the future at quarterback for that team is none of those guys.
Nope.
Minshew Mania is over. Maybe he can get a cool backup gig somewhere else.
And that's what'll happen.
Because he is a likable name, and he's
a likable personality.
He shows promise. But let's be honest, he was a 6th-round guy just thrust in there before he was seasoned. And that's what it is. Now, they need a great QB. I imagine they have some money to throw around because all their big stars are gone.
Yeah.
So, what they do is, they're going to pick 2nd in this year's draft. And they might have, I thought they had another 1st somewhere. Oh, no, they had another 2nd because of the Yannick trade. Okay. They pick 2nd overall in this draft. They're not going to get Trevor Lawrence. So, do you spend, knowing that you have all these holes on your defense, do you spend that 2nd pick on a question mark at QB? Trey Lance, Justin Fields, that Zach whatever at BYU?
I like Justin Fields. I like him a lot. And if they are going to pick, I say pick him.
But do you throw that at a question mark, or Do you try to parlay this for more picks and rebuild that defense that really helped take you to the championship?
I feel like it could work great for both parties if you do give that pick, say to Dallas for.
Well, here's what I'm saying. You've put two pieces of the puzzle back in there. Jalen Ramsey's gone. Yannick Ngakwe's gone. You have drafted what you hope to be their replacements in C.J. Henderson and Clavion Chason, right?
Yeah.
There's still more work to be done. Miles Jack's still there, but he's got one. I think he's either a free agent or he's got 1 year left, and then he's done.
Yeah.
And whether he stays or goes is anybody's guess. Aside from that, I don't think I can name another player on that defense. You gotta fill the puzzle. Now, you're picking second. Let's say the Jets pick Lawrence at 1. You've got two teams there. At 3, you have the Bengals. At 4, you have the Chargers. Both of those teams need an OT, and you've got a guy in Penei Sewell out of Oregon who is looking like this. A lot of people are calling him the second coming of Anthony Munoz. I would say you trade down to either 3 or 4 with whoever offers you the highest package to move up 1 or 2 spots to get him. Move down knowing that at 3 or 4 you can still take a guy like Patrick Surtain II, who would be a great addition to any defense, especially a defense with big holes like that. Or you can take just a game-breaking wide receiver in Jamar Chase, a guy who is looking to be better than any of these guys that came out this year. It's already been said in stone. You could pick virtually anybody, and you'd probably get some more picks to add in the second and third rounds to really pepper throughout your defense. But you solve one issue by plugging that hole with a quarterback who can throw for ungodly numbers. You've got a young offense. You've got guys like DJ Shark, who's very underrated.
So I'm saying the receiving,
James Robinson,
the receiver. I don't think they need that much help there. I don't think you waste a draft pick.
They could add a second guy.
They could, but I don't think they have to.
They don't necessarily have to, but I'll tell you what.
I feel like you get that defense going before you start going for receivers. But
that Nat's driving me nuts.
Oh, I know. But let me look at the prospects real quick for the 2021 draft.
But I get what you're saying. I just don't think they need to use a pick that high for a receiver.
I mean, if this guy is as good as everybody says he is, though.
Yeah, still though, that's not really what the Jaguars really need compared to others.
I'm just saying if you've got 2 elite guys at receiver with Dak Prescott there, you've got the running back in James Robinson, and then you take your extra second and third round picks you would get from moving down, or the one you got from Minnesota, and you plug holes on that defense, that team could be looking real stellar.
Yeah, no, definitely plug the holes on defense. That's like first, in my opinion.
But you're looking at, Jamar Chase, Penei Sewell, Micah Parsons, the linebacker out of Penn State, Dylan Moses out of Alabama.
Yeah, go for all those guys.
Gregory Rousseau from Miami, Patrick Surtain from Alabama, who's looking to be probably the best corner in the draft. So you could put him on one side and put C.J. Henderson on the other. But you could go plenty of different ways. Yeah. I'm just saying probably your best bets to me is if you're going offense in that draft, you only pick Jamar Chase, because you would just take Dak and fill your quarterback spot. And Dak needs to understand he's not going to get the $500 million contract he wants.
He's got to know that after the minute he I think he did know that the minute he fucked his leg up, because he was in tears because he knew it.
But I feel like you either go
just like that was his franchise tag. He knew Jerry Jones won. You win or you lose in those situations in the franchise tag. And Jerry Jones won. Dak lost.
If I'm Dak, like I've admitted, I'm not a Dak fan.
No. But
this is almost the same the Earl Thomas situation all over again.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, but what I'm saying, and anyway, just to get to the bottom of it, you can either take the overall consensus best receiver in the draft and then flesh out your defense in the later rounds, or you can take a game changer for your defense. Either way, you don't have to waste a pick on a quarterback.
Nope.
A question mark at quarterback.
And I don't think you do that if you're the Jackson
take an established guy. We talked about it the other day. Journeyman quarterbacks,
non-existent,
or guys who play for 2-3 teams, they were way more common 15 years ago.
Yeah,
I've been playing Madden 06 a lot. so many starting quarterbacks are guys that played for other teams. Guys like Mark Brunell, Kerry Collins, stuff like that. That's not Jake Delhomme. That's not a thing anymore. Like these franchise quarterbacks, after their rookie contract, they get locked in for life.
Yep.
Outside of a guy like Drew Brees, who signed on with the Saints in 2006, and then some late career guys who play 15 plus years with one team,
Fitzpatrick.
like
with
Brady,
one team?
like Brady and Manning, who then go switch off for the last couple seasons.
Yeah, I guess that.
You don't see it all that often. The only real guys we've seen start for 2 or 3 teams in this modern era is guys like Case Keenum and Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
So I just feel like teams don't view it as an option very often.
Well, I mean,
but every once in a while, you get Minnesota out there. You get a team like Minnesota who can take a Kirk Cousins out of free agency and make some playoff magic with him. I feel Jacksonville can do the same thing in a division that should be getting a lot more competitive now, with the Colts that are in the mix, the Texans who are a good coach and a couple some youth in that defense and a good receiver away from getting back in it as well, and the Titans that are young, hungry, and have a very opportunistic defense and an offense that doesn't make a lot of mistakes. AFC South could be a division to watch next year if teams make the right decisions, and I think it starts with Jacksonville paying a quarterback instead of drafting one.
Yes. Got to make some changes here. So,
All right.
You got another one, Skyler?
Yeah, I do. I've been thinking on it, and it's the Cowboys and what they do at quarterback with Dak gone. Because I don't think any way,
Dalton's the
shape,
guy.
or form Dak comes back. I think after what Jerry Jones did to him this year, I think he takes a backup job before he comes back to the Cowboys.
Okay.
A 1-year backup job somewhere. So what do the Cowboys do? Do they draft a quarterback? Do they draft a quarterback and go get a Jameis Winston to start for them?
No, they're going to get Carson Wentz.
Ew, yuck.
Yeah, the $60 million man.
The most expensive backup in NFL history.
But I think
he throws. Wait, hold on. He throws touchdowns. He throws touchdowns to cornerbacks. He takes a nap in the middle of games and another guy just happens to be on top of him. He is the most expensive future backup quarterback in the world.
So what do they?
That was a little Dos Equis parody there.
If Breeze doesn't retire, it's obviously his starting job in New Orleans.
Who?
Breeze.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't. They don't put Taysom or Winston in front of him.
Why would they do that?
I think Winston sees an opportunity with some wide receiver weapons in Dallas.
Yeah, I kind of want to talk about that
And
Saints situation here
instead of re-signing for another year with New Orleans, I think he goes to Dallas.
Breeze?
No, Winston.
Oh, Winston. Oh, see, that's where I don't know because that system over there is a little. I mean, it could happen. I just don't know how Jerry Jones feels about that.
The thing about Winston is he's still a question mark because he hasn't seen a starting job.
Well, look at this.
He hasn't seen a start this season.
Just look at this. They put Taysom Hill.
Yeah, they did. They started Taysom over him.
However, Taysom's been making waves, and
yeah.
Jameis has not.
Exactly.
But the thing about Jameis is if a team were to pull the trigger on him next season, you're not banking on anything that you've seen since he's left Tampa. You're banking on
what he's learned.
What he's learned from a guy like Sean Payton.
Yeah.
And Drew Brees.
Brees.
I mean,
first and foremost.
I say Payton because Payton was a quarterback's coach before he was a head coach. But you're banking on what he's learned and not what you've seen, and that's my only trouble with it.
Yeah.
Would
be interesting. Could happen. I mean, I'm all about the Jameis Winston experience, and I really want to see him starting somewhere next season for sure.
Sure.
Does he hang around with the Saints again? I don't think so.
I did not know Taysom Hill played for the Packers.
But does Taysom Hill, does he take the reins after Drew Brees? No.
I assume he does.
I think he does.
Yeah.
Maybe because that's actually what he came out and said is I want to be a quarterback. Like
I think he does, and I think that
he hasn't been doing bad. He's undefeated since he's at quarterback since he started.
His stat line is not bad either.
good. He threw his first touchdown pass last game.
I mean, he's running for more TDs than he's throwing.
Which there's nothing wrong with that.
Guess what? Fucking that's what everybody was carrying Lamar Jackson on their shoulders for last year. So.
And here's the thing, Taysom Hill, he's a tough guy. I mean, this guy, he will truck you.
He is a tough son of a bitch.
He will take the hits. He doesn't even need to slide. He will fucking lower his shoulder. And there's something to admire about that. But then you got
value in a guy in a quarterback that can take a hit.
But you got to think, man.
Look at Herbert in week 2. Do you remember when he fucking leveled the linebacker?
But do you think once he gets that start,
you want to stop that too?
Well, I was just gonna say, do you think when they start him say Breeze is gone and he's the starting QB now for that franchise, do you think they make him be a little more conservative with that kind of shit?
They got to,
because it's all about
we had to do it
longevity.
With Russell. Pete had to be like, Russ.
Yeah,
I mean, I know you can take a hit. I know you're a man.
And look what happened.
Calm down.
He doesn't really. I mean, he does, but I mean, he slides real early still.
Unless we're in a playoff game,
unless
take
it matters.
that hit.
Yeah, unless he knows you got to, but still, he does not run as much anymore.
No.
He'll take the sack more often than not anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really interesting over there in New Orleans.
I do believe that Taysom is the heir apparent. Sean Payton said numerous times that it reminds him of a Steve Young.
Okay, so I guess you guys got me on board there now. We probably will be.
So what's your second prediction then, Brady?
I already gave you my second prediction.
The Dak thing.
Yeah.
You were with me. Okay. So here's my third. We haven't seen a huge throw out all the bathwater draft trade in a long time. Now, look at some of the quarterbacks that have had great success these recent years. Young guys. Patrick Mahomes wins a Super Bowl on his rookie contract. On a rookie contract, you've got a guy that is insanely talented that allows you to spend the money on bigger and better talent to build your team around. That's the model. That's the way to do it. That's what I hope Bill Belichick can do with the Chargers next season, is take advantage of Justin Herbert's rookie deal. Buffalo taking advantage of Josh Allen's rookie deal. Cleveland taking advantage of Baker Mayfield's rookie deal. Jerry Jones is looking around. He's a man who hasn't won a Super Bowl in over 25 years. And he's sitting there looking at the Mahomeses and looking at the Allens, and some of these future, would-be champions or teams that have gone to the Super Bowl. Goff got there on his rookie contract. Wentz, even though he didn't win the Super Bowl, he got a ring, and the team got there partially on his rookie contract. And he's sitting there and he's saying, I want some of that. But he's not really in a spot where he can get Trevor Lawrence. Not yet, anyway.
No.
I think Jerry Jones pulls a Mike Ditka circa 1999 and offers all of his picks in the draft, plus some in the next draft, to take the number 1 spot from the Jets, a team that needs more than just a quarterback. We've said it time and time again. They need more than just a quarterback. I say Jerry Jones offers 10 to 12 draft picks between this year, next year, and maybe the year after to move up to number 1 to take Trevor Lawrence.
Think so, huh?
Because let's be honest, they're a quarterback, a couple defensive free agents, and a new D coordinator away from being probably a 12-win team in a very in a weak-ish division. And I say weak-ish because they're weak this year, but the football team's going to get better next year. The Giants have gotten better over the course of the season. They're looking very much like last year's Dolphins, and their head coach is better than I think we initially thought. And the Eagles are looking to be a trash fire next year. But
it's not even just the quarterback situation either. It's just that whole franchise, man. It's in turmoil.
I really feel like Jerry Jones throws out all the bathwater for the future of the franchise. A quarterback, the golden boy that he can sign, and he has, from that point on, 5 years of rookie contract to work with, knowing that he won't have a draft pick that year and he'll be losing a few the years following, but he has the money to bring in guys to come play with him, knowing that you've got Amari Cooper locked up, knowing that you've got Zeke locked up. I think that's the move to get the Cowboys back to contendership.
Okay.
It's a bold, big move, but Jerry Jones is a guy who's been
desperate, but
he's been sitting dormant for the last 25 years.
Yeah.
So it's like this. You pay Dak Prescott.
The franchise has turned into a fucking joke.
You pay Dak Prescott somewhere between $250,000 to $500,000, or you throw out all your draft picks, which are all just question marks anyway, to take the fucking guy, a guy who has been set to be a first overall pick since he was in high school, and march your way, knowing that you've got, from that point on, 4 to 5 years to march your way down in the postseason. I don't think it's a hard decision to make. I don't think it's that crazy.
I think Jerry Jones he's kind of smart, right? Like, I don't think he obviously didn't foresee Dak Prescott season-ending injury, but he was smart to tag him, and not to pay him this big hefty contract, because if that was the case, then what, right? There's nothing, you're kind of fucked at this point. So I think he's very smart in what he does, and he sees what's going on. So yeah, I mean, why not? Why not at least try for that?
So,
like, let's be honest. And before I let you do your thing, I think we all had Cowboys set for playoffs this year, right?
Yes, maybe not me, but I think I did. Maybe.
I feel like we all.
I feel like I had them in there, like. Yeah, probably about the 7th or.
I feel like we all had the Cowboys maybe not winning the division, but we all had. I think I had them winning the division.
You might have.
I think we all had them in the mix.
Wouldn't even have been a crazy thought, because just think about
that
if
division was
Dak Prescott
terrible.
was still here.
Yeah.
Besides the run that Washington's going on, I guess now the Giants. I guess it could still be anybody's division, but yeah.
Like, this isn't like the Saints in '99, where they were an awful team before and after they drafted Ricky Williams, and then trading all those picks set them back pretty much until Breeze signed.
Yeah.
This isn't like that at all.
No, it's a little different.
This is
a lot different.
This is a team that has the staples on defense. They're losing some guys in their secondary, but they're gonna have money.
Well, that's probably good.
Yeah, because they're not very good anyway.
Not very good.
They need a new D coordinator. Mike Nolan needs to be on his way out.
Yeah, I don't know how he's not already, but
I just feel like you send 10, 12 draft picks to a Jets team that needs more pieces, that needs more spaghetti to throw at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah.
And has more than just a QB problem, and you get the fucking guy who's been destined to be there since he was a junior in high school.
Learning from Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So to your point, I looked up the stats on rookie quarterbacks winning the Super, or rookie contract quarterbacks winning the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And all I could find were the last 10 years.
That's fine.
And we got 4.
Yeah.
We got Mahomes in 20. I don't really agree with 2018. That was Nick Foles. That wasn't Carson Wentz.
Wentz did the legwork, but Wentz did the legwork in the regular season.
Yeah.
People were calling him the runaway MVP candidate before he went down.
Yeah,
so I'll still count it.
And then 14, you got Russell Wilson.
Yep. Yeah, Russ. Wow, how could I forget Russ?
And 13, you've got Joe Flacco.
Yes, because then he got the big fat extension. The
one
killed
weird
the team
anomaly
after.
there was Aaron Rodgers wasn't on a rookie deal, but he won in an uncapped season.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit different story there.
He got his big swinging dick extension after that.
Yeah.
Because he was playing on a slight extension because they didn't really know exactly what they had, because Favre kept sticking around through a good portion of his rookie contract.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you got to think about it. You still got, that's in an era of 3 more Brady Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Like, and out of 6 appearances by Brady. Now we're in an era where Brady's coming down to the end here. We could see a Josh Allen get to the Super Bowl. We could see a Baker Mayfield get to the Super Bowl.
There you go. Look. So, 17 or 15, Russell Wilson had it won on a rookie contract as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who'd they play in 19? Who'd they play in 17?
Who?
The Patriots?
Patriots.
Falcons.
That was the
Which
one where
Matty-
they came.
Matty-
Was that the
oh,
28-3?
yes.
Yep.
And
then they played the Rams. That was Goff's rookie deal.
That was Goff's rookie deal in 19.
Yeah.
So
and they almost pulled it off.
And the Rams had built a terrific team, prior to paying
Joe Flacco
Goff.
in 13.
Yeah.
That was Kaepernick.
Yeah, it was. I guess.
That would have been Kaepernick's second season.
Eli in 12 was Tom, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Brady in 11.
Brady in 11.
Or Rodgers in 11.
That was against Ben.
That wasn't his rookie.
No. Ben had been
and
around
Drew
7
Brees
years.
in 10.
That was against Peyton.
So.
But still, I mean, the stats,
all but three of them.
The stats don't lie, man. Rookie quarter, the cream of the crop for rookies on their rookie deals that allow you to then supplement your team with talent. That's the formula to get to the big game at the end.
Yeah.
And you consider all those appearances in spite of arguably the greatest quarterback and coach combo of all time being very much present in the last 20 years, in 10 years. That's incredible.
It's impressive.
Skylar, your prediction.
Oh man, I had one, now I forgot.
You want me to go?
Go ahead, Brady.
Okay. So bring up the Steelers here for a second. So Ben Roethlisberger isn't getting any younger, right? So
yeah,
and who they got behind him? Mason Rudolph.
Remember when I said the Steelers were going to draft Justin Herbert last year, and then they traded their first round pick for Minkah Fitzpatrick? Boy, am I glad I got that wrong.
I was gonna say, yeah. But yeah. Anyway, he's getting older. He's probably looking at. He may not say it, but like he's probably looking at retirement here pretty soon. I know he said he's going to play as long as he can, as long as his body will let him. Well, his body, he's starting to give out a little bit. But yeah, behind him is Mason Rudolph, which I do not see them moving forward with this guy.
No.
So
maybe he'll get hit with a helmet again.
Yeah, probably be good for him.
Yeah.
That's what you get for throwing in-bombs.
Yeah, racial slurs aren't cool.
That's right, kids.
Yeah, like stay in school.
Stay in school.
But anyway, what I'm getting at is we were talking about Jameis Winston and where will he go if Taysom's taking the job there for the Saints? Why not send Jameis over there as Ben's backup next season, right?
Hey, what did it go back to that? That said something about Dame Lillard's sister, Storm's Court.
Storm Court for game winner. That's my fucking bro.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think Jameis Winston can potentially get shipped over there to the Steelers and learn from the vet Ben and take over the team. I think it would be definitely a good franchise to play for over there. They're a very winning team, winning culture over there, and I think Jameis he could fit in pretty good over there.
Jameis to the Steelers would be intriguing.
They got some weapons over there right now. They got the rookie. Claypool, he's been doing great. Deontay Johnson, like these guys, you got weapons there. He's, they got a good running game. So yeah, I mean I think he'll go over there to back up next year. Ben, I mean at the most, I think he's got 2 more seasons left in him.
I think Ben's playing the best I've seen him play.
He is, but it's only a matter of time.
Let's be honest,
time
though,
is still a thing.
He wins a Super Bowl, I think he's out.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think he goes, cool, here's my third, I'm gone.
It could be as soon as next season.
Now, I think it would be hilarious if he gets his third in an era post Lev Bell and Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. He had the best running back and the best wide receiver in football and barely scraped by in the playoffs. And now he's looking at, 11-1, and he could really go deep in the playoffs this year. Yeah.
So... yeah, I mean that's my prediction.
I think there's a few guys this year that if they win a Super Bowl, they're out.
Breeze.
I think Breeze.
Breeze would be the only one.
Brady, no.
No, he's already in contract.
Yes. Phillip Rivers.
Oh yeah, Phillip definitely.
Yeah.
If Phillip wins the Super Bowl, that's the last thing he needs to do. He's already like 6th all-time passing.
That's got to be the only
yards.
other reason he's playing besides he loves the game, obviously. But
yeah. Well, he wants to coach his oldest son's
he's got other
football team.
Avenues he wants to venture.
Isn't
down.
he already signed on to be the coach of a
I'm sure
high school football team?
Yep.
Yeah.
His oldest son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
nothing like a NFL quarterback coaching your
and
high school.
Breeze,
I'm telling you,
check it
football
out.
team.
Breeze could surprise us, or not Breeze. Brady could surprise us and win a Super Bowl and be like, okay, I got 7, I'm done. Bye.
Can't. He's in.
Well,
It doesn't matter. He can.
You can retire.
You can retire on a contract.
I mean, he's in Florida,
I don't think he would retire.
He said though he'll play till he's 45, and I expect him to do that.
He's just like Ben, where they're saying like,
But
I'm going to play till I can't play.
At 45, he goes to the playoff, has another incredible season. Does he go, Fuck, maybe I can do 46.
But I mean, after what this year's, I think he wants more time with that team though. To prove what he's really capable of.
I will say, chemistry. It won't look as pathetic as when Favre did it.
No,
when Favre was like,
hey man,
I'm gonna keep playing.
Hey
even
man,
though all of his hair is gray.
Don't talk about my boy like that. Favre was a goat.
I know, but how many times?
Favre said he got a call this year.
Man,
I'm
sorry, but how many times did we?
Who was it?
I don't know who called him, but he's like, if you can promise me I won't get hit, I'll come swing the football.
Here's the thing: how many times did we have to
go
watch
to Kansas City?
How many times did we have to watch him cry? God damn it. It's just like, okay, bud.
Hey, I love Brett Favre. You fucking shut your mouth.
Yeah, he
Mike.
had his 09 with the Vikings was fucking awesome. I will agree.
What about a 10-year in Green Bay? That was fucking sick.
It was amazing, but I will say I kind of wish he would have gotten it done in Minnesota. Obviously, of course, that would come at the cost of Drew Brees not getting one. But dude, the following year, after all the convincing it took to get him back in Minnesota. Then they went and played. That was when the Superdome roof collapsed. They went and played in the college stadium with the fucking grass that may have been frosted out concrete, and he got damn near knocked out of his shoes. I was like, "Oh, you're done, friend."
Yeah, no, he was definitely one of my favorite all-time, not only quarterbacks, players to watch all time. Me and my old man. Those like some of the best memories I have.
Oh yeah, I love
me and my old man.
I mean, he's great
at his house every other week, like watching football. Man, like that's what we would do.
But there was a point in time
I'd trade for him in Madden.
Yeah, he's
literally.
I'd
trade. If I could get rid of Madden.
There was one of my favorite players of all time.
There was like 3 or 4 seasons in a row where it was like, I'm retiring. No, I'm coming back.
I know, it was awesome.
And it
never
was just,
knew.
It wasn't awesome. It was just like, dude, shit or get off the pot,
Jets
man.
was pitiful.
The Jets won't.
That's kind of when I just.
So my final bold
turned
prediction.
a blind eye to that, but
okay.
And it goes with yours. If your pipe dream comes true and Belichick goes to the Chargers.
Pipe dream.
What do you mean if?
It's a pipe dream, Mike.
Right here, it's going to be Tom Brady versus Belichick in the Super Bowl.
Well, I think that's what Mike. He's kind of touched on that too, talking about this scenario.
That's my prediction. Right
and
there.
I think that's one of Mike's points too.
What's up?
I think Skyler won a golden ticket.
Oh, did he?
What?
Skyler goes, roses are red, violets are blue. Guess who won a golden ticket?
Unless he's being a smart ass and saying it was Jacob Hamlin.
Oh, I hope not.
Can you imagine?
He can't win.
Well, we'll get the update. I said you, and he hasn't seen it yet, so
he probably did. That's cool,
dude. That's well deserved.
That is well deserved
because Jacob's been running his life big time. Anyway, okay. So what is your prediction, my friend?
That it's going to be Brady versus Belichick, Chargers, Buccaneers, Super Bowl
next season.
I love this guy.
I
love this guy
because this is probably what you want to see.
If your pipe dream comes
this
true.
guy's speaking my fucking language.
But it is only if and only Belichick does become the head coach of that organization. Yeah. If not, you could probably. I'm not saying kiss it goodbye. Like Chargers have as good of a chance as anybody else going to the Super Bowl.
If it happens,
but you guys need a new coach. It better not be under Lynn. It's not going to be Lynn.
No, for sure not.
If it happens though, Brady with the Chargers and Herbert versus. Belichick with the Chargers and Herbert versus Brady and the Buccaneers. Dude, will that be the most watched Super Bowl of all time?
Amen.
Well, it's got to be.
That has to be, right?
It has to be.
It doesn't matter that it's the Chargers. It's Brady versus Belichick.
We're all begging for it.
I know. Some people are going to be like, who is this? I've never even heard of this football organization
As
before.
As much as we don't like Belichick and we don't like Brady it's no
Honestly,
other reason. It's no other reason than they've won so much. It's like it's like the Golden State Warriors. It's like the LA Lakers.
It's a lot easier to like not even dislike Brady.
It is
since he's not in New England.
It is
like it's. I honestly don't even not like him anymore. Like
wow, we actually have a bigger pot this week.
We all are begging for a Belichick Brady Super Bowl.
Oh, I want
the end all discussion on who is better.
Yeah, who's the GOAT? Who's the real GOAT?
Was it Belichick? Was it Brady? We all want it.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's move on to our regular segment, Breakers.
Oh yeah, Breakers and Bus, baby.
And Bus. Sorry, I wasn't trying to do it again. I'll start us off because I was thinking about it. My breaker this week. Chargers, Falcons. Julio Jones is out. But Calvin Ridley's very good, and they do have a decent number 3 receiver against a Chargers secondary that fantasy will tell you doesn't give a lot of points to receivers. But as a Chargers fan, I can tell you right now, we give up a lot of points to offenses in general.
The Falcons give the most points up to quarterbacks. So that
fucking calling Justin Herbert a breaker is like fucking calling the sky blue.
Fuck you, that's my breaker.
I'm sorry, buddy. The cat's out of the bag. Justin Herbert's a good quarterback.
I'm not saying he's not, but like this, I'm saying he's going to have a record game this game. Like this is going to be his best game this season.
Well, I hope you're right.
That's my breaker.
I hope Keenan Allen.
I will go first.
I hope Keenan Allen catches more than 9 balls this week.
I'm literally saying like I bet you Justin Herbert throws for like 350, 370 yards, and I bet you he throws 4 touchdown passes this game.
Okay, my breaker this week is Russell Gage. I think that a lot of the attention, I think a lot of the attention is going to be on Calvin Ridley. He's going to be in that Julio spot, which is going to allow Russell Gage to come back and do a little stabby in the backy.
If not him, what do you think about that tight end Hurst?
Hayden Hurst could have a good game too, but I will say, even though running backs can get on us, I'm not willing to put any eggs in the Todd Gurley basket.
No.
I think Russell Gage, Hayden Hurst is a nice honorable mention, but I feel like Russell Gage is going to have a decent game. Yep.
I like it. So Skyler then.
Skyler is doing his homework on the show.
No, I've been thinking about this, and then I've gone away from it. I'm going to go Jalen Hurts.
Okay. All right. Bold.
First start. I haven't quite slapped him in the starting lineup.
You want to think about that when you. I think Andy Dalton you had in there too his first start, and that didn't fucking pan out very well. Did Go on.
At least I dropped his ass and left it alone.
I was saying there's a breaker
Adam
first
keeps
week, and that
picking him up
great.
and put him in his starting lineup.
You got a bust of the week?
Yeah, I do. My bust of the week is Tua.
Because I almost picked Tua.
Kansas City. Come on now.
Yeah.
They're proving they're proving to be probably the best defense in the NFL. I mean, who else, right?
Colts.
The Colts. Like that's like my only other option is like if we're gonna go a third, maybe the Bills.
Bills are fucking tough. Oh well, and then the Rams.
And you could say Miami from
Miami. I mean, there's
and that's a good matchup. You know, Miami, Kansas City. Like this is gonna be good.
I would say the Buccaneers defense is trending downward outside of their run defense.
They're trending downward.
They're
hit or miss. Their
pass defense.
They're so flaky.
These young kids got to get it together.
So yeah, I don't think Tua's going to have such a great day against Kansas City defense. He's already got benched once, and honestly, don't be surprised if you see him sitting down this game too, and they get the old man up. So.
I like it. I almost went with it. My bust this week is Kenny Golladay.
Is he going to play, though?
He's questionable. I know, this happens to me every week. Yeah. He's questionable, but let's be honest. If he does play, it's not going to make a lick of difference.
Well, probably not.
He's been, even when he's on the field, this is what I call Deshaun Jackson or Alshon Jeffrey syndrome. It's, I can play. I can get out there. No, you can't. Don't fucking bother if you're not going to be a difference maker on the field. If you need to just sit out and go on IR this season, just go on IR this season.
He's had a good season since he's been
Kenny
playing,
Golladay?
right? Hasn't he had like a decent season?
I've had Kenny Golladay in both my leagues. I dropped him in one. He's not been very good. No, he had like 1 or 2 decent games for me, and otherwise he's goose-egged me twice. But luckily, one of those was on my bench because I got wise to it, but he's too valuable a name to just drop because you never know when he could go off. No, compared to last season, Kenny Golladay has not been the steadfast wide receiver one. He's been dealing with his hip injuries. He's not been a very good difference maker on this squad.
I guess Arizona, 6 receptions, 57 yards, receiving touchdown against Jacksonville, 4 receptions, 105 receiving yards.
Now you're playing a Packers defense.
6 receptions, 114. What do you mean? He's gone 200 over 100-yard games. He hasn't played that much this year, though.
Yeah, he's been injured, and when he's been on the field, he's goose-egged twice.
Okay, no, but you gotta say, dude,
man.
2 of the 4 games he's played, he's gone over 100 yards.
That's fine. Like, he can do that all he wants.
I think it's just he hasn't been healthy this year.
But he hasn't been healthy, and it's been affecting his gameplay.
But when he's played, he hasn't done bad.
He hasn't done great either.
They're pretty good.
He's not in the wide receiver 1 talks this year at all.
Because he hasn't fucking played.
And he's not been very good when he's out there.
Yeah, he's been decent,
He's goose-egged twice.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man. I fucking had him. He's goose-egged twice. He goose-egged on Thanksgiving. All week it was like, he's not going to play. He's not going to play. Oh, my God. Kenny Galladay's going to play. The Lions have a fucking shot. And they fucking didn't. The Texans fucking bent them over their knee and
is that his fault or is
fisted
that the
them in the ass.
Is that his fault or is that the quarterback's fault?
Are you shitting on Matt Stafford now? I don't think it's Matt Stafford's fault.
Because against Indiana, yeah, he had 4 targets for 0 receptions.
Yeah, but that's Indiana, dude. Indiana's probably
They're
covering
great.
his ass really good.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to think, he's getting the number 1 corner coverage. When you're not 100%, you're not going to, you don't have a lick of chance. Okay, beating Xavier Rhodes is going to be tough enough. When you're hindered by ribs or hips or whatever the fuck else, you got no shot.
Yeah.
And now this week he's going to get matched up against probably the brightest spot on that Packers defense, Jair Alexander. I just don't see it.
He's ruled out for Sunday, dude.
Oh, is he now?
Yeah.
Well, then fuck it. Marvin Jones Jr., same deal.
Okay.
So...
And that's my point. He's been a banged up little baby all fucking
Brady,
year.
don't hit me. Nope. My bust of the week is the
Derrick Henry.
Derrick
Henry.
I like that voice. The Seattle defense.
Is your bust of the week?
I
Bro,
just have
what?
such a bad feeling.
Okay, well, listen to this. Denzel Mims isn't even going to play because of family issues. Jamison Crowder is injured fucking pretty bad right now. He may or may not play, and if he does play, he's gonna be gimpy.
Zero confidence.
And then you got old man Frank Gore, who is coming off concussion protocol.
Who's going to run train on us?
No, he's not. Dude, are you?
No, but
if
Frank Gore always runs train on the Seahawks.
If I could pick a breaker, I would pick the Seattle defense. I think they're going to fucking shine this week.
I don't think so at all.
Offense has nothing going on for him this week.
We've never been able to stop Gore. Ever.
Okay, you know who might, though? Hey, Frank Gore might not go off.
Perriman could go off, I guess.
Be on the lookout for Ty Johnson, who actually had a very good game last week.
Ty Johnson and Brashad Perriman at wide receiver could probably go off. Yeah. But other than that, fucking good luck. Fucking good luck, dude.
Okay, moving on.
We're going to win, but we're going to come close to dropping it because our defense's inability to
I don't think
so. All right, matchup time. Obviously, we had the Rams shellacking the Patriots. That was a foolish pick on my part, but sometimes you
well, I mean,
you ride the upset wave and you fly too close to the sun.
But you got to think it was against the Chargers, which aren't a very good team this year.
I'm talking about the Rams, so... Anyway, Houston, 1.5-point favorites at Chicago.
And I know you're talking about the Rams. I was talking about the Patriots.
I know.
That's why I said that.
Houston, 1.5-point favorites at Chicago. And it looks like a couple of us went Houston. One of us went Chicago.
Yep.
I did.
That's right. That's right, you did.
And, you know...
You want to explain yourself?
I will. The only reason I picked Chicago is defensively, because offensively, fuck, dude, they need to get something. They need to figure out who their quarterback is first. I know Foles was. Is he still hurt?
Doesn't matter.
He got benched.
Okay.
doesn't matter. The Bears quarterback.
No, he got benched, but then he got hurt. And then Trubisky, and then he got benched again, I believe. So first of all, they have a identity crisis at quarterback,
big time.
Isn't great for any team. And it sucks for the receivers on that team because they actually have some studs.
Yeah. Allen Robinson.
Yeah.
He
already said that kind of in the beginning of the season he wants to be traded.
He's among the best route runners right now. He burns guys left and right and gets wide the fuck open for quarterbacks that can't use him properly because they're not very good under pressure.
And here's the thing: is it Montgomery?
Yeah,
he's been lighting it up the last couple. He
has some good,
and I think he's gonna do it again.
He's been growing up there.
This is a fucking perfect matchup for him.
I still say he's most useful. He's kind of trying to slip into that Tariq Cohen role,
and he's doing it well. For the last couple of weeks at least.
I still think that they are like a bottom 3, bottom 5 rushing attack.
Yeah, they are. I'm just saying, like, as far as getting that offense going, I think Montgomery is the guy right now.
Although, let's be real here, the Texans, I believe they are like 4-2 or 5-1 since letting go of old Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, and you got Well, and here's the thing I will say about letting go of Bill O'Brien is Deshaun Watson. He's been playing pretty good since then.
I've had him on my fantasy team. He's tremendous.
Inspirational football. But
they're going to be without David Johnson, but let's be real.
They're going to be out with Fuller. With the PED thing.
Yeah, but let's be real. David Johnson's not been a real difference maker on this squad. Fuller, that's going to hurt them a little bit. But Deshaun Watson,
Cody came through big last week.
Yeah, well. I mean, I get why you guys picked Texans. I hope you get why I picked the Bears. Trying to kind of explain myself here, but
they've got a lot of energy out there.
It was up in the air. It was back and forth for me.
Right, I think it could go either way pretty quickly.
I don't know. In my head, I like the Bears defense, but I see those issues at quarterback, and I'm immediately turned off.
I guess what really made my pick was I like the Bears defense, hate the Houston's defense, and both offenses I'm not really a big fan of. So at the end of the day, I think the defense is going to win the game.
Under 46.
Under for sure.
Under for sure, definitely. Dallas 3.5-point favorites at Cincy.
I gotta go Cowboys. Based on Bengals' defense is shit, and they don't have a quarterback since Joe Burrow went down.
And Joe Burrow went in there. I picked the Bengals.
And not even that. Higgins. I don't know about him. He may or may not play. With Joe Mixon, he's playing, right?
No. Skylar dropped him. Actually, he's gone.
Bernard, he's playing, I guess, but. I mean, that's your second option.
Bernard's been around forever. Yeah. He's not a number one for a reason. He's a trusty vet.
And the only thing the Bengals got going for him is that atrocious, probably worst defense in the league.
Yeah,
Dallas Cowboys.
And as long as Burrow's out, guys like T. Higgins and AJ Green, they're not going to make as big of a difference as they could and should. If Joe Burrow was healthy, I would be picking the Bengals all day in spite of their awful defense, but I can't in good faith here.
So I think we're at a consensus.
Andy Dalton beats his old team. Yeah. Over under 42.5.
I'll go the under.
Over.
No, I'll take the under.
I think Andy Dalton's gonna.
It's just to smoke him.
Yeah.
Kansas City.
Honorable mention for breakout. Breaker.
I mean.
Chiefs 7-point favorites at Miami.
Only 7 points. I like the Chiefs, but I do like the Dolphins' defense. I think they will give them a run for their money. But I like the Chiefs' offense. It's fucking flawless, man.
I don't think anybody.
Not
can
even
stop
that.
Tyreek
Like
Hill.
I was talking about earlier, the Chiefs' defense is probably the best in the league.
What you guys? Hey, speaking of Chiefs, what you guys think of that fucking missed touchdown?
Oh, the Tyreek Hill one. That was
there is
pretty
no
rough.
excuse.
Wow. And that was a shootout game for a while. And I couldn't believe that when Tyreek couldn't even believe it.
Well, yeah, Andy Reid walked up to him and
it.
goes, "You got to tell me." And Tyreek goes, "Tell you what?"
Yeah, he goes,
"You caught that ball."
Yeah.
Over under 50.5.
Fuck, I'll take. I'll take the under.
I'll take a slight under on that. Let's see here. Moving on. We've got Arizona. Only 2.5-point favorites at the Giants. It looks like we all went Cards here.
Honestly, I almost went Giants, but
I did too because they're cooking. But I
think Kyler Murray's gonna have a bounce back game because he has not. He's made some poor decisions, and I know he's had this aggravated shoulder since Seattle.
Yeah.
But I think he will have a bounce back game against the Giants. He's got to.
They've lost their last few, haven't they?
They have, and Kyler Murray has been atrocious, and he's been making poor decisions. He's been leaving DeAndre Hopkins. It's kind of like that situation where Seattle was going through a little slump, and they weren't targeting DK Metcalf. And it showed this season. When you target him, you're going to win the games. If you're not, you're going to lose.
I love how the big news in Arizona is. Go to the top. Larry has returned.
They've lost 4 of their last 5.
Yeah.
Their last win coming in that real nail biter against the Bills,
and they should have won a lot of those.
But yeah, no, they've lost to Seattle in the rematch after their thrilling overtime victory.
Yeah.
They lost to
and they
the
look
Patriots
like shit against us.
and they lost to the Rams. They now play the Giants, Eagles, San Fran, and the Rams again. They have a decent shot to win 3 of their last 4 to try and get into the playoffs.
It's all hanging on Kyler's shoulders right now, and he hasn't been playing good football the last few weeks. So I think it'll turn around this week. I think that's why I'm going with the Cardinals. Give us the over under.
Let's see here. We are looking at 45.5, and I'll take the over.
I'll take the over on that.
Colt McCoy is actually playing some pretty good football with the Giants too.
Jones should be back soon. I don't know about this week. But
They're figuring it out. And the Giants defense, while good, I mean, I just think that both these teams have put up a lot of points.
They're good. They got Bradbury out there who'll be covering probably Hopkins pretty heavy.
I'm actually kind of excited to see New York next year once Saquon's back.
Yeah.
And
they'll be decent if Daniel Jones can stop.
See what they do.
If
in
he can
the
start
draft.
holding on to the football.
That division could get real competitive real fast.
Something's got to happen because that just.
I don't think we'll see anything like this year happen next year, but
No.
yeah,
especially with Washington and New York.
Washington's
showing
trying to
signs of life.
Washington's finally figuring it out over there, and I think Alex Smith's the guy.
I feel like
at least for this season and maybe next season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I feel like the Eagles are going to be the cellar dweller next year.
Well, and
in
that's
that division.
the Carson Wentz
I agree.
thing. I don't know. They need to totally just rebuild because it's.
They owe him too much money. The only way they can get out of that is if a team is desperate enough to trade for his $60 million, and I just don't think it'll happen.
The thing is like you got to put a lot of that blame on Wentz
But
because
that's
you watch the games that I'm watching.
He's like the John Wall of NFL contracts.
But like you see the games that I'm seeing, he's making poor decisions. It's not just other things that are going on. I'm not saying it's just him, but like a lot of it is Carson Wentz and making these stupid ass throwing over the shoulder this way across the field, like literally throwing picks left and right. Like
his vision is poor, and he hesitates.
And he hesitates. You need to, as a quarterback, 1, 2, get it out.
The one team
he's looking
that I
for
could
too
see
much. He's
taking
looking
that contract would be Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. Just.
No, we already talked about this.
Nope.
It's Trevor or bust for them.
I mean, if anybody's willing to take that contract and think there's something there, it would be a Jerry Jones.
Maybe, but that's if Dak actually goes.
Moving forward, Tampa Bay 6.5-point favorites at Minnesota. I think we've all got Tampa, right?
Yeah, I've got Tampa, and don't be surprised if they lose, but because Tampa Bay is one of those teams, they're hot or cold. They're hot or cold.
This is December. December's a big month for Tom Brady historically.
It's cold. He's starting to feel the Northeast again.
Well,
he's
this is where they they're making their last bid for playoffs. Over under 53.
I'll take the over.
I'll take the over
all day.
Although Dalvin Cook,
he's going to be bottled up, and I'm scared for you right now.
But Minnesota's passing attack, Adam Thielen and breakout star
actually
Justin Jefferson, they could make this really interesting.
I think Dalvin Cook will get bottled up if he's running, up the middle.
Yeah.
If they do the check downs and all that, which they usually do with Dalvin Cook, he actually could have a very productive afternoon.
So I just have to throw out there that Biff did pick Minnesota.
Okay. Which he might get that pick there come Sunday morning. I mean, I don't know.
We're oddly unanimous on a lot of these. So moving forward, Carolina, 3-point favorites at Denver. Panthers are a sentimental favorite of mine this year. Not quite Washington, but I do like how passionately they play the game. And of course, I'm not sold on Drew Lock.
CMC almost came back this week, but then a third injury now with him.
You may as well just put him on the shelf for the rest of the year. Tank for a better pick.
I almost gave up half my roster for him, or I tried to, but Brandon wouldn't trade him. Thank God, because I'd be hurting. But I got the Panthers. Broncos though, they are starting to show some life a little bit.
When they have all their pieces, they're not bad. But I'm
not saying they're going to be,
I'm not entirely sold on Drew Lock as much as I was before the season.
I mean, I am giving him more credit than I was. I think obviously having him back, it's shown signs of life. He's getting some things going there in the offense, getting the juices flowing. But I don't think they're going to beat Carolina, no. So, over-under?
Over-under on this bad boy is 45.5.
Shit, dude, I'll go over, man.
Over.
Yeah, I will too, because both these teams will put points up. Moving on, we've got Tennessee 7.5-point favorites over Jacksonville.
I think that should be a no-brainer.
That is totally a no-brainer. Jacksonville is on an 11-game losing streak.
Yeah.
So, yeah, nothing much to say there. They're the only team that could be giving the Jets a run for their money for the Lawrence sweepstakes.
Right, and you guys can remember, maybe like a month or two, about a month back, probably a little longer than that. We thought the Jaguars were onto something there for a second.
Oh, yeah.
And it got figured out real quick.
You mean when they beat the Colts?
Yeah.
You mean week 1? You mean
right.
for 1 week?
No. We were talking about this.
Because
They were giving everybody a run for their money.
They shocked us when they beat the Colts, and then they got waylaid by the Dolphins.
But that's when we started getting shocked by the Dolphins because we all thought they were still shit. And then we're like, no, they're not shit.
Stole their hype.
Jacksonville is actually shit.
I'm
and
excited.
It was literally a battle between the
see
two of these guys
the
for a while.
Dolphins in the playoffs. That'll be a...
Yeah, I mean, I'm all like, as a Seahawks fan, I'm a Seahawks fan first, but
so
there's a couple different teams
the
I'm
Browns?
rooting for. Yeah.
Over under 52.5.
Oh shit! Over under under. I don't think the Jaguars are gonna score that much.
I'll take the over
because
I think Tennessee scores a lot.
Yeah, see, I could see them scoring 40
Derrick
for
Henry
sure.
just fucking goes off.
Dude, bro, the next few weeks are fucking gold for him.
I know. I'm happy about his playoff schedule for fantasy.
I'm so
because I've got him in my league. I have a week 1 bye, but I get 2 straight good games in playoffs.
So you're in the playoffs already?
Yeah, Skylar.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs already in that league.
First round bye. The other 4 teams in my league are in no order, although I'm going to try. Keaton with the Quarantine, then Ian, Colonel Chuckles, Tyler.
Fuck him.
He's no longer lieutenant.
That's right. He gave himself a promotion,
He's
which
a
I thought
colonel.
was the best bit of continuity I've seen in fantasy because he's been Lieutenant Chuckles for the last 6 years.
Now he's
and he finally won last year, didn't he?
No, that was Keaton. Ian's won my league before.
Keaton beat me in the fucking finals last year.
Ian won my league year 3, I believe.
It
went me, Brandon, Ian, me, Brandon, Keaton, and now it's gonna be. I'm the first seed. My brother Skylar's the second with his team, Jimmy's.
Yeah, whatever.
And then, which is such a deep reference that only him and I get.
Inside joke. I'm gonna get it.
Quarantine, which is Keaton. Colonel Chuckles, which is Ian. Now we're cooking, which that is a Jared Cook team pun for my buddy Tyler. And then Walter's team, led by my good friend Walter, who just limped in at 6 and 8. So. Or 6 and 7 or whatever the fuck.
Damn, I should have been paying closer attention. I think I could have got 6 and 7 in that league.
You got 1 and 11.
Yeah,
or 1 and 12.
You talk about winning fucking 6 more games.
So anyway, Indianapolis 2.5-point favorites over Vegas.
Yeah, I got the Colts, man.
I got the Colts too.
Yeah, I think the only people that picked Raiders in our pick'em is Biff and Tyler Hoagman.
Yeah, just based on what I've seen this season, I mean, the Raiders are capable of a lot. They are. They can get hot, but they can also get very cold. Look at what they did against Atlanta.
Yep.
I mean, come on now. And the Colts, they're no matter what. Like, I think they had one bad defensive game this year, and they had a bunch of defensive guys out, and that was against the rematch against Tennessee.
Yeah, Raiders either overachieve or underachieve.
Yeah.
So, but I think the Colts are a tight franchise. Rivers gets to match up against the Raiders for perhaps the final time in his career.
A seasoned vet.
Yeah,
if you will, to go in.
A seasoned vet who knows this opponent very well.
Yes.
So, and this might be the last chance he gets to play them. So, this could be a
problem.
good one.
I had no problem picking the Colts.
Over under 52.5. I'll take the over.
Take the over.
This could be a shootout.
Over.
So moving on, Seattle 13.5-point favorites over the Jets. I'm pretty sure we all picked Seattle here.
Seattle.
Skylar informed me that he was this close to picking the Jets. So.
I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
they
Hawks.
will not cover the spread.
I saw Skylar bring a Ziploc bag full of paint chips to work the other day as a snack.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I did.
You want some? No,
It's non-toxic.
Only lead based.
Yeah.
Skylar takes the silica gel packet in the jerky and says it's seasoning.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good, guys.
So anyway,
it's like Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious.
13.5 point favorites are Seattle.
You gotta remember this Jet squad is banged the fuck up this week.
Over under 47.
Under.
Seahawks.
We don't put up.
You
points.
don't smash the guys you should.
We never do.
It's so sad.
We're classy, Mike. We're classy.
Yeah. Green Bay, Detroit.
And we're not the Patriots against the Chargers.
I'm seeing no favorites here on the Yahoo app, which is bullshit. Green Bay, Detroit. Yeah, that's what I thought. Green Bay's 7.5 point favorites over Detroit, to the surprise of absolutely no one.
Yeah, you could see us DeAndre Swift coming back, but from what everybody's been saying between Adrian Peterson, coaches, he doesn't look the same. He doesn't seem the same since his concussion, which is kind of something to worry about a little bit.
It's all Green Bay for us.
In Green Bay, Aaron Jones is going to have a hell of a game. That was almost a breaker, but it's Aaron Jones.
And we know Devontae Adams will catch 2 touchdowns. And
Aaron Rodgers will just be right there
Devontae
feeding him.
Adams will catch over 120 yards and 2 TDs guaranteed. That's pretty much his stat line every game minimum.
Yeah.
So expect it. And, the Lions will put up points, though. They always do.
They will.
But so I think this will actually go over.
Well, yeah, Green Bay is not, especially if, like I said, DeAndre Swift in there, Adrian Peterson. Expect the run.
This will go over 55, though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Moving on, we have New Orleans, 7-point favorites over Philly.
New Orleans.
I think we all picked the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, Taysom Hill, he's doing his thing. He's balling out there with Breeze maybe making a return next week. And the Eagles are hot garbage. Wentz on the bench.
Yeah.
Hurts, you're up. See what you can do, buddy. It sucks you got to start your first game against New Orleans, which their defense has surprisingly not been as good as I thought they would be.
Yeah.
But they're hit or miss
this
too.
far in the season. Right. But even then, just the Eagles, they just don't have a lot to work with there. Yeah. Defensively poor and offensively, they don't know what the fuck's going on. So
this could be fun, man. 2 scrambling QBs going head to head.
I kind of don't want Breeze to come back.
Over under 43, and I'm
flex them both.
I think I'll take the over. I think I'm optimistic about Jalen Hurts
in the playoffs. Flex Taysom Hill and Drew Brees. Yeah. Oh, I don't eat that many paint chips, Brady.
Yeah. Over under 43. I'll take the over. I'm optimistic. Two scrambling quarterbacks.
No, I'll take the under.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's fair. Let's see here. Atlanta 2.5. This is what I'm talking about. 2.5 point favorites over the Chargers. Finally, people fucking understand now. I went with the Falcons here.
What did I go with?
Chargers.
I refuse to pick the Chargers in any scenario anymore.
Sure. Why I think about that?
Every time I've picked them this year, it's backfired except when they played the Jets.
Hashtag not my coach.
Julio Jones ruled out. Just tells me everything I need to know. Matt Ryan plays like absolute dog shit when Julio's out.
Yeah, but the Chargers allow anybody to run on them, and they allow anybody to catch touchdowns
on them. The Chargers
are
also playing probably the worst pass defense in the league that gives up the most points.
They are, but they're also playing a defense that overall went from 31st to 17th post Dan Quinn's exit.
That's true. That's true. I'm not saying they've improved. They've improved.
We're an underachieving squad who's trying to get rid of our coach.
He's not a defensive guy.
This team might fold by itself. I'm not. Yeah, it's. I got the Falcons.
No, and I'm gonna stick to my guns. Like I said, Herbert's gonna ball the fuck out. They ain't gonna be.
He will, but we'll find a way to lose. It'll happen.
If he's throwing for 350, 370 yards, 4 touchdown passes.
I'm gonna take the over on this game.
And there's no Julio Jones on Atlanta.
It's 49.
No fucking way.
Yeah, I'll take the over too.
I'll take the over.
2 high octane pass offenses and 2 paper mache defenses. Yeah. San Fran, 3-point favorites at Washington, and I got Washington.
I'm actually kind of pissed that I picked the Niners.
Yeah, you should be.
I kind of wish I would have picked the football team now.
The Niners, they're getting their running back.
They got it going on besides quarterback, like we talked about earlier.
Montez Sweat is going to tip another pass and cause another interception. This pass defense, they're cooking. They're in the zone. They have 4 games left and a good chance to win 3 of them in their bid to make the playoffs. The football team is on, boys.
Honestly,
I do.
Honestly, if I could change my pick, I would right now to a football team.
I'm telling you, they're fucking cooking, man.
Wasn't it Brady last week that told us we were crazy for picking Washington over the Steelers?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Look who's fucking crazy now.
Me and the rest of America. It's not like I was a minority saying that.
Tell you what, the football team, they're cooking. Alex Smith is finding his groove, picking up where he left off, despite the fact that none of those offensive pieces are the same.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin's a fucking beast. Cam Sims had that deep catch against Pittsburgh as he's getting incorporated into the offense a little more. Antonio Gibson is out, but they do check down to J.D. McKissick a lot. And remember, they spent most of that game against one of the top run defenses without Gibson. Expect Peyton Barber to get in the mix on the short gains. Expect J.D. McKissick to be there for the checkdowns as they figure it out against yet another tough defense, but a worse offense in terms of the quarterback at the helm.
Yeah.
If they can make Ben Roethlisberger look foolish, I don't think it should be very hard for the top pass defense to make Nick Mullins look like an idiot.
On our Washington pick last week,
and Chase Young is going to eat.
3% of America that plays pro pick'em picked Washington.
And I'm happy to be there.
Yeah.
I like their pass defense. Chase Young's in the groove. Ryan Kerrigan, John Bostic, Ronald Darby, Montez Sweat, Daron Payne. These guys are all turned up and ready to go as they're making a bid to get there. They're trying to get to the end because it's anybody's game in that division. And it's right now it's looking like it's between the football team and the Giants. And if you'd have told me that at the beginning of the season when we were going back and forth on Philly and the Cowboys,
let's say you're fucking high.
I'd have said you were huffing paint.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, hey, you want to share your whippets? You want to share your whippets?
All right,
with me?
get that San Fran shit off my chest.
What, this San Fran shit?
I don't want
what this San Fran shit.
Definitely get it off my face. Tastes like shit.
Over under for this game 43.5, and I think it'll be tight.
Down under.
Yeah, I'll take the under just slightly, just a slight under.
Oh, you got
I
this
think
guy
it'll be
saying over, huh?
It'll be 23-20.
Little tiny under. Maybe.
Mike, you want to get the red box off Brady's face?
No.
That headshot is.
You're not getting any modeling jobs with that ugly mug.
Let's see here. Buffalo, Pittsburgh. Buffalo, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I got Buffalo because
1.5 point favorites.
What did they say? What Young say? They got exposed.
Chase Young said Baltimore exposed something,
and that's true.
So did we all pick Buffalo here?
Yeah,
I did.
Good, because we're all smart.
Terry, Adam, and Tyler did pick Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well, they're a bunch of Kool-Aid sippers. We all know where it's at. Josh Allen and the Bizoys. They're getting stuff done.
Josh Allen may be going for that MVP.
Josh Allen rules, dude.
Russell Wilson's out of it now.
Josh Allen rules.
He had the most turnovers this month.
He's playing incredible football on a high-octane offense that's just going to stick around forever. The Buffalo Bills are always going to fucking be there. And those receivers are great. Stephon Diggs is probably the most impactful receiver this season. As far as being in a new home, it's him and Hopkins, and honestly, I think he's actually had more of a positive impact than Hopkins on his new team.
And that's not Hopkins' fault. That's definitely Kyler Murray's fault. But
as Stephon Diggs fantasy owners, you and me, we've certainly reaped the benefits of this guy.
He's the most consistent.
He's incredible
fantasy wide receiver out there.
He has a double-digit week every week. It's amazing. Buffalo Bills over the Steelers. Because guess what? The Steelers actually get a real test this week, man. They get a real
They got a real test last week, and they're going to get a real test this week, and then they're going to get a real test the rest of the season.
Yeah. So
they haven't played anybody until now, and now's where it counts.
Over under 48. I'll take the over.
That's fucking hard, but I'll take the over too, just barely.
Okay, Baltimore 1.5 point favorites over Cleveland, and I think we actually, for the first time, I think we all took the Browns.
Yeah, you guys bought into my Browns shit.
I bought it. I'm all in now, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I've been fucking saying this shit all season.
They're 9-3.
I don't know if I'm all in on the Browns or just all out on the Ravens.
Okay,
it's
well
both.
that's
it's
fair.
a little column A, a little column B. But this is their third winning season since they've expanded back in '99.
I mean, I will say this. Obviously, if we were at the beginning of the season and say this is the first game,
like somehow,
I'm not calling the Browns.
Somehow,
my Super Bowl prediction was literally the Ravens and the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Obviously changed now, but the Browns have been doing so great.
They're better without Odell. They've got the best tandem of rushers in the whole league. That offense is cooking. The defense is getting it together. And yeah, of course, like we knew this. They could have been this way last year if they hadn't hired that tub of lard Freddie Kitchens.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Get out the kitchen, bitch.
All right, let's be real. They're better without Odell.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think it's just that.
Odell got paid on a catch.
No, I will tell you right now, before some injuries took over, there was a point in time there around his second or third season, he was a unanimous top 3 wide receiver.
It wasn't just that catch. That catch was just what brought his name
before
bigger
Hopkins kind of came
what he
on.
was.
Before DeAndre
Made him a
Hopkins.
household name with that catch.
Yeah.
But.
There was a point in time where the top 3 receivers was, I mean, it was literally Julio, Odell, and this would have been right before D-Hop. Oh, and Antonio Brown. Yeah. That was like those were the 3, and then Julio was like
those
right
were like
on the
the
outs.
Randy Mosses, this generation. But no, I don't think they got better without OBJ. I just think they just kept doing their thing despite
Skylar didn't get a golden ticket.
Who
that's what I
did?
thought.
Augie.
Okay, so it's not a supervisor thing.
Yeah, no.
Well, no, Brooks was trying to make it seem like a big conspiracy theory, and I'm like, dude,
well, because I heard they were grabbing out of the box, and then like when there was gold ticket, they would like grab on like this other side of the box. Like, okay.
I was actually hoping Skylar would have won one. That would have been great because he can't save his money for shit.
Yeah, that would have been cool. But
under 47 in this game though. I take the over
because I don't know about you guys, but do you guys not see like the Browns put up a lot of points?
They do, dude. When Baker's cooking, dude, he throws for like 4 touchdowns a game.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
He's everything I wanted in Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, yeah, he is.
He's the second coming of Johnny Manziel.
So that's all of our predictions for Week 15, and that brings us to 3:00. So I think we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
But please come back next week. It's going to be the final show
of the year.
And
we just started this podcast, back in March?
So this will be our final show of the year. Next week, we're going to do a gift exchange. We're going to break down and predict the entire scope of the NBA playoffs. Seeds 1 through 8 on the East and the West. I'm going to break down all the seeds in the conference and where I predict the standings will be. Don't miss that.
I might do just the same because
why
you're
not?
doing it.
I mean, so don't miss that. It's going to be a super packed one. And who knows? James Harden might have moved. We're also going to predict NFL Week 15 and maybe a little playoff stuff. Who knows? Because we're going to miss a week afterward, obviously, for Christmas.
Expect anything coming into this.
Anything.
I mean, come
It's
on.
it's
going to be a surprise.
Stuffed.
And we've got so much to talk about. There could be a lot of things happening between now and then.
It's going to be
tuned.
stuffed.
You're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, so come back next week. It's going to be a good show. Please come back next week. It's going to be a good show. We're going to do a good job. Please don't make me wash the sheets. Until next time, boys.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
See you next time.